What's going on, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video. Now, before we jump in today's video, man, you should know what you should have been did. Like, comment, and subscribe. We trying to save the world. We trying to save as many people as we can. So make sure you hit that post notification bell so you don't get that post nut clarity, my guys. Now listen, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. I truly appreciate every single last one of y'all that supported me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the heart, bro. You know, you guys watching this video, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man. You know, so shout out to everybody that supported me. You know, make sure y'all join in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all checking the links in the description, man, because you will need it. Now, listen, as you can see by today's title, we got another female attraction conversation. We got another female attraction locker room talk, man. You know, and this happened. Some of y'all already kind of heard the story from when I went live and in my previous video. But I wanted to give you guys the full story, you know, the full breakdown of what happened. You know, so I'm at this park, right? This nature spot. This is where I always come and record my videos. You know what I'm saying? W Nature Spot, by the way. This was about this was last Monday, right? Last Monday, I came across this girl. She was sitting by herself, right? At the park. She was just sitting, vibing. And backtrack, let's backtrack. Like the previous Monday before, I peeped her that one Monday, you know, and it's funny because when I peeped her, it was like a moment where I peeped her, and then when I looked back, she wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Most High kind of brought us back together. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen her the following Monday, I was like, oh yeah, I have to say something to this female. I have to strike up a conversation with this female. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally did it, you know, I seen her by herself and I was like, oh yeah, this is the perfect opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I seen her sitting by herself, you know, with her AirPods in. And I was like, bro, this is the perfect opportunity to just go up to her and talk to her, you know. And I was low-key in my head about it. I was like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you get those rushing of thoughts in your head when you trying to approach a female, that's what was going through my head. I was like, man, should I do it? Should I not do it? You know what I'm saying? I was just back and forth. But I was like, man, it's best to just get out of my comfort zone, you know, which I be telling you guys to do. You know, so what type of leader would that make me if I'm not practicing what I preach? You know, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it for the YouTube, man. I'm gonna do it for y'all, man. When I seen this female sitting by herself, I was like, I have to talk to her, man. I have to. I didn't want to go home with the thought of what if, you know. I didn't want to go home like, man, what if I spoke to her? You know, you never know what a situation can lead into or lead up to. You know, so I just went for it. You know, at first I was kind of hesitant at first. You know, the way I kind of like when I was actually thinking about should I approach her, like the way it was kind of set up, she was sitting like down here. Like the way it's set up, she was down here and I'm all the way up here. You know, mind you, I'm sitting on this little log thing, you know, at the where the river is, right? It's a river over there. And it's a whole bunch of like logs and like, you know, stuff that you can sit down on. So I'm sitting over here and she's all the way over there. And that, mind you, the whole time I'm just in my head like, man, should I do it? Should I, you know what I'm saying? So I finally say, you know what? I'm gonna go sit on that log, and then just so she can kind of see me. You know, so I said I'm gonna sit on the log just so she can see me, just so she can acknowledge that I'm there. You know, and women are not stupid, bros. Women are not stupid. They know when you're trying to shoot your shot. They know when you're trying to pursue them, you know. They know this. So as I'm sitting on the log, something in me just say, you know what, just go for it. Just go for it. You know, it was like a timer in my head. I was like, 1, 2, 3, just go for it. You know, so I started walking in her direction. And then when I finally got up to her, I was like, excuse me, can I join you? You know, because mind you, she's sitting down looking over into the river. You know what I'm saying? Like, make that make sense, bros. You know? So she is prowling, man. Get out of here. So, bro, she's sitting down looking at the river. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just say this. You know what I'm saying? I'm already premeditating what I'm finna say to this female. So I said, all right, bet. I'm gonna just walk over to her. And I'm gonna say, can I join you? And that's exactly what I did. And she took her earpods out and she was like, yeah, you can sit. And then when I sat down, you know, that's when it hit me like, oh yeah, Javaughn, you're in there now. You can't back out now. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm sitting down with her, I go, how you doing? You know, how's your day going? She told me that she's going through a situation with her ex. She was basically saying like, oh, you know, whatever is meant to happen is going to happen. Sometimes it's time to move on. And I'm like, yeah, that's a fact, man. But once she hit me with the ex, I was like, man, like, why did this have to happen? Why did an ex have to be involved? You know what I'm saying, bro? That, like, this goes to show me that in today's time, like, a lot of people are in relationships nowadays, bro. Like, it's very rare to come across someone who's single. Like, at least that's what it seems to me. You know, it's very rare to come across someone who is single and it's just by themselves. You know, that's what I'm starting to notice. So when she told me about the ex, I really wasn't surprised. So in that moment, I'm like, man, at least I tried. You know, at least I went up to her and even initiated with her. You know, so as she's telling me about her ex, I didn't want to go into like a pity party on, oh, what happened and, oh, he's wrong. Like, nah, I'm not that type of dude, man. You know, so I started talking about her relationship with God. I made sure I asked her that first. You know what I'm saying? I made sure I asked her that first. I was doing my screening test, my background check. I made sure I do all of that. You get what I'm saying, bro? So she started telling me that she was a Catholic when she was younger. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Why is it that I've been hearing that a lot. Like, whenever I would ask most people what's their relationship with God, they would always tell me like, oh, I grew up Catholic, but now I kind of strayed away from, you know what I'm saying? So I've been coming across a lot of people saying that. So when she said that, I was like, man. And then I remembered the Bible verse that said, you cannot be unequally yoked with non-believers. Upon me going up to her, like, I was already scouting her out. I was already scouting this girl out. You know, I peeped her. She had like hit like a pen, like a dab pen. I peeped she hit a dab pen. I was like, red flag number one. I'm that type of dude, bro. I'm that type of dude. Once I notice one red flag, like, it's like I kind of start to draw like a side eye to you. You know what I'm saying? So I peeped that she had hit her dab pen. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to still just go up to her and just initiate, you know, because you never know until you find out. So we talking about God and, you know, I started telling her how I was once deceived by the new age. And I started telling her, like, when I started going through my spiritual awakening, this is the same spot I would always come to and, you know, just vibe. But, you know, that goes to show me that, like, a lot of females, man, they are still lost, man. And 9 times out of 10, that female, she probably still went back to her ex, man. She probably still went back to her ex. Because what the funny part about everything that happened was, while me and her are talking, guess who called her? Her ex. And the first letter of his name started with a J. And I'm like, what are the chances? What are the odds? What are the odds? This girl, you know, she's going through what she's going through and her ex's name start with a J. I'm like, bro, I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta get up out of here. Bro, once I seen that, I'm like, oh, man. I was like, oh, man, bros. You know, like, she was basically telling me, like when her ex was calling, she was like, well, my ex is calling me. You know, it was nice meeting you, though. When she hit me with the, it was nice meeting you, I was like, man, bros. That's how I know she went back to her ex. Bros, I forgot to add this in the video. So I peeped shorty the next day after the Monday that I was telling y'all about in the video. So when I peeped her the following day, she was acting different. You know, she was acting like she ain't even know me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know she went back to her ex. But it's cool, though. You know, it's cool. You know, but the only good thing that I can take out of this situation is that I actually got out of my comfort zone, because like I said, the old me would have never done any of that. You know, so it's cool. She rejected me. Who cares? You know, move on to the next. You know, so play the next clip, man. You know, because it's clear as day, man. A lot of females, they be so caught up in their emotions. You know, a lot of them don't know how to be alone. You know, so when they're going through tough situations like breaking up and stuff like that, they're going to go back to their vomit. They're going to go back and start messing with their ex. You know, 9 times out of 10, because they don't like being by themselves, especially if they don't have God in their life, man. When she told me that she no longer believes in, you know, God and all of that stuff, when she said that, upon her saying that, she didn't have to say anything else. That's all I needed her to say. You know, once she said that, I already knew what type of female she was. And the situation with her breaking up with her ex, it all made sense. You know, it all tied back in from the beginning when I seen her hit the dab pen. You know, everything that lined up, it all made sense. You know, she hit the dab pen. I noticed that as a red flag. I went up to her. She said she's having issues with her ex. Another red flag. And then she says she don't have God in her life. That's another red flag. 3 strikes and you're out, sis. You know what I'm saying, bros? So this is why you have to build up your discernment. You have to have good discernment nowadays when you're trying to, or going out into the dating scene. You have to have good discernment, bros. You have to have good discernment, man. Because God is always going to show you these signs. He's always going to show you these signs. It's up to you to pick up on these signs. You know, so that was my female attraction video, man. You know, I haven't really been experiencing much attraction to bring it to the channel. You know, because I know y'all mess with these type of videos, man. Of course y'all mess with these type of videos, you know what I'm saying? These videos get the most views. And I don't like that, you know. But, you know, whenever I do have a story time to tell y'all, I'm going to always bring it to the channel. You know, but I felt the need to bring y'all that specific story time. You know, maybe someone might learn something from my experience. You know, this is why I always tell y'all to get outside your comfort zone and just talk to random people, man. Because it took a lot of courage out of me to even go up to that female. You know, the old Javaughn would have never done that. The old me would have never done that, man. I would have been shy, timid. You know what I'm saying? And while I was talking to her, another thing I can add is when I was talking to her, she was giving me some type of looks. You know, the looks where like, you know, the looks where someone is looking at you like, man, like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? She was giving me them looks like, who does he think he is? But that goes to show she felt my energy. She felt my energy. This is why you cannot be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Because most women, women are very spiritual, bros. So they know when a guy is good for them and they know when a guy isn't good for them. Women know this. They know this, bros. You know, so she knew based on my spirit, you know, she felt me before she saw me. Based on my spirit, she knew I was, you know, a good guy. She knew I was the type of man that a woman would want. She knew that. She felt it, bros, and I know she did. You know, this is why I wouldn't be surprised if she did go back to her ex. You know, but she knows that I'm like a one of a kind type of person. That's why she was giving me those looks. It was almost as if she was baffled. She had no words. You know, bro? So when you're on retention, women are going to start noticing the light within you. And a lot of women, are not going to know how to deal with that. A lot of women not going to know how to put up with that. You know what I'm saying? So most of them might act like they don't like you. Most of them might still kind of reject you. That's because they don't have God in their life. You know, so when they see a man on retention with the light, they're not going to know how to handle you, brothers. You know, and that was my female attraction talk, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Share this video with a friend. The video got cut out, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Share this video with a friend because they will need this information. You know what I'm saying? Watch this end screen that's going to pop up right here. And listen, I'll catch you in the next one. And I'm